Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. For those who have continued on for part one, and for those of you who have just skipped part one and is coming into part two. This is going out on YouTube only, not on Facebook. So absolutely welcome, and don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell for reminders. We are heading into a very heavy weekend. It's going to align with the planetary systems that have not come into alignment since 750 years ago. We're going back to the medieval times with all the troubles that was going on, especially across Europe, and the Crusade. And there is also I am being told a link back to around about, I think it's July, it might be June, no, it must be June, because we are heading into the month of June, of 2012. So there are certain alignments that is equal to that period in your life of 2012, summer solstice. So talking about summer solstice 2012, and around that area. I am not an astrologer, so please, for those who are following the astrology details, do spend time researching where this is at and to get the full truth of the picture that's going on from there. We are working as Etmerians from a much higher, broader perspective than just this universe, and the universes that we will traverse into as this journey unfolds is actually sitting beneath a different star system than the one that we have at the moment. They were all messed up in the 600,000 year Lyran War, and it is our task as star seeds of the light. There are dark star seeds also here on the planet who will probably oppose the resetting of the heavens in the rightful manner. But we will be running a course for those of you who feel inclined to go over there. And of course there's light workers as well that works with the more than one star system, whole patterns of stars, and have had many lifetimes and evolved, or gone through struggles. Not so much because you are evolved souls even before you stepped into this universe, and that is the problem with the shadow side of things. They do not like your light shining whatsoever, and so have persecuted you over millions of years on different planet systems, different star systems. And we're coming together now because what they fear most is, and why there's so much isolation going on in the world, is that they do not want the star groups coming together, because as it's a collective, cohesive, a coming together, a joining of your light with your fellow tribes beings, by bringing the collective light on Earth into harmony with each other. You will be so powerful that you will literally blow out of this entire universe all the darkness that is binding not only Earth beings and Mother Earth into a darker reality, but many other beings and star systems across this entire universe, and even going beyond this universe. But more on that later. If you are one of us and this resonates with you, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell button. And also we have now started our Etmer News for those who wish to sign up and to become more involved in what this is going to entail. And this is Etmer News at etmer.org. That's the email address. It's in the link below. So please do consider joining and also contributing. We very much appreciate. This is not supposed to be a one person band. This is a collective. So if you have any areas that would fit in, I would like to hear from you, and we would discuss perhaps running a series of, say, 6 months to see articles to see how this involves. But we are covering many areas within the newsletter, and this will include the mantle of Mother Earth, the refurbishing of her mantle in a manner that will support her and support you also. So we're looking at very earthly matters as well as very star-based and heavenly matters, as in what's out there in space, rather than the other religious. This is not a religion whatsoever. We are a source, and we are an aspect of source. Sorry about that. There seems to be some interaction with the flow of the energies that is pouring through me. And without any further ado, I am going to take the first card. Yes, they say they're ready, they are waiting. And we start with opening to love. My heart is open. Now, this card has appeared several times in the reading, so please do check where I'm using the Gateway Oracle, which is what Spirit was absolutely insistent that I would use this week, and it makes sense, perfect sense now, having got to Friday. And we are looking at you're opening your soul into grace, emerging into grace, and you're opening to love, because this weekend is a purging, a final purging of what you do not want to take forward with you. Is there any reluctance to actually leave behind what you no longer want? Because here, within this vessel, this boat, as you step out into the new world, being the leader, the flag here is denoting your leadership, you have everything that you could possibly want coming with you, your treasures that have been buried deep within your heart center, and you have carried with you over the many lifetimes, the centuries upon centuries, and many universes that you have traveled through. Choppy waters, yes, we could be stepping out into choppy waters. We will wait to see where we are allowing our vessel, guided by your soul through grace, to go. Now then, we will continue in what we were saying is the fact that love is governed by Venus. Venus has been retrograde and is about to emerge as she comes out of retrograde. She's got to go through stationary yet, which means a certain amount of recycling over old territory. She's not fully going forward beyond the point where she turned retrograde. And this means to say that as she emerges, she changes from the evening star, Venus the evening star, to Venus the morning star. And this means to say that she has gone out of sight, because she has gone into retrograde, so we cannot see. I think maybe behind the sun. So at that point we cannot see her, and as she emerges from her journey, she will be the beautiful morning star. And this is a gateway that we are looking at, Gateway Oracle, and on the end of Sunday, as we step into a new month, we're changing months. May is now coming to a conclusion, and we're stepping, I believe it's on Monday, into June. There will be a changing energy, and it's the portal the gateway for you to step out into the world, especially after the shutdown. So the shutdown has all been orchestrated to manipulate people to go away from love through social distancing and all the other stuff that's been going on. But for you who are on the path of self-discovery and are massively energetic star beings, it's giving you the chance to go deeply into love, to open your heart fully, and to realign yourself, ready to step out with the morning star into your new way. And we are on the threshold of stepping through this entire weekend, the gateway. What are you taking with you? Do you have your keystone? And that is the one that is the 13th at the top of your archway of completion, to allow you to step through the right door. If you had only reached the level of 10, which is what many of the tarots are saying, 10 is completion, rubbish. It means to say that all you're doing is regurgitating back into the system that has sucked you in and kept you low vibrational. But if you have done the work and you now have the keystone, the top of the archway to the portal, you will be stepping through and out into an entirely different way of being. And you will then be shining your star at a rate that will reject those who find you too bright. They will not be able to come into your sphere. And it will attract others that are shining also having got their keystone in alignment. So this is a mass gathering of light beings, is what they're saying. Or it is the pathway to the beginning of coming together of the light beings. As a group, they are emphasizing you are far more powerful than the individual self that you are. And I can assure you, you are very powerful. You are equal to whole universes. Annette Marion can quite happily create an entire universe full of stars. That is how powerful you are, and that is why you have been forced to fit in to prevent slaughter and sacrifice and deprivation, is what they are saying, to come to you. And we will carry on to the next card. And again, this is one that came out earlier in the week. Cherishing self. I accept and love myself. And this is powerful in the fact that we are talking about Venus. Venus in retrograde, about to go out into the world to be seen as the morning star. And you have the inner world, your inner child, with the spark of gold. And you have your soul, which is also to be found within your heart center. This is an inward message to you. You have your gifts. You have gifted yourself the power of who you are. And they're saying to question, what is in the box? Love, only the best for you, because you have ensured that you have not got the plastic and the rubbish and everything else in there. You have the heart energy ready to be released. When you open your box, you will be able to step out and emerge into grace. It is holding your grace. It is holding your love of who you are. And we will pull the next card. And again, we have communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. And this is reiterated by the communicate here, and you will find that you can communicate much more freely, having dealt with all the clutter, and you are only surrounding yourself with others that have also stepped into their grace and their love of who they are. And so free communication is absolutely vitally important. You have the power of the magician. Words are very, very powerful. You can heal, or you can bring people down into deprivation. This is the new world that we are stepping into. Ensure that your words that you speak or the song that you give is fully in harmony from the love of your heart. Only speak from the heart. Allow the thoughts to rise up from your heart center before it emerges through your communication center, which means to say that there is no ego in your communication center. That is all it is, a communication, and it's turning it back to how it should be, rather than the falsely grandiose ego that was put in to against your better judgment into your way of being, to operate and be on this earth plane. But you knew, even by going into all this stuff, that the day will come when you will be emerging and stepping into your grace to lead the rest of the planet, those who have not been through this before, into love. And there's more on the planet now than there has ever been in the history of Mother Earth that hold light and grace, and will now begin to communicate with freely. We will go on to the next card. And this one is sharing of yourself. I am an incredible, generous being. And what does this mean for you? This means to say that as you step out into the world, you are going to be leaping forward, sharing your voice, communicating freely from a point of absolute balance of the shadow with the light. This is the stripes that we have on the zebra. You have balanced and accepted the light and the dark of who you are, and seen the value of the fact that you have come through and emerged, and you can now step out of the shadow. And it's interesting, it's actually placed beneath this one, where the balancing of getting rid of all the shadow side that's been holding you back, so you can emerge into your true light of who you are. What your voice is powerful, it's magic. It is miraculous. And it's the vessel of your true self. And from the vessel of your true self, by sharing your love and grace out into the world, you are providing a platform for others to follow your lead. Horses, and that includes the animal of the zebra, are all about leadership. You are a leader. You do not need anybody else's permission to remain you fully opened. Do not allow anyone to now bring you down. And we go on to the last pair, and we start with exceeding expectations. I soar into excellence. And they are saying, you are standing on top of the world. You are vibrant. You are full of the natural history of planet Earth. You have her codes within your physical body. Don't forget that your physical body is of Mother Earth. You align through the heart center only, and you connect soul to soul, which is far, far more powerful than connecting through any of the other methods that is out there. Connect soul to soul. You can hear her speaking and directly communicating from your heart to her heart. You are one. You are bringing together the essence of Mother Earth and all of her DNA with the power of who you are, the stars in the heaven, through love and through grace. And we take the final card for this, and we got renewing your life. And I put these cards out of the way because we will need more space on the table. And we got here, renewing your life. Radiant vitality is filling my life. Clutter, it's gone. You no longer need anything cluttering up your life whatsoever. You are powerful. You cannot take anybody else who wants to remain within the clutter. And if they are so enhanced with the clutter, that's fine. Gift it to them. They have still more soul work to do. We travel alone, united through the heart center, by being the absolute best of who you are, shining your star, because you work and you only accept love, and you communicate freely, and by standing in the power of who you are, in joint communion with Mother Earth, so will you attract, by the power and the majesty of who you are through your communication, the light beings that are within your tribe. You are about to meet members of your tribe that you may have not been aware of since either past lives, your first visit to Earth for those who have come before, or even before you stepped into this universe. It's a long, long way back, and they are going to start to come to you, and you will recognize them also through the communicating freely, standing in the grace and love of who they are. Okay. They're just saying to pause to allow for you to absorb the message that they have put through to you from this oracle. My own communicating, what I've handed over to Spirit to allow Spirit to communicate through. Just be. Breathe into the heart space. Take a couple of deep breaths into the heart center and then balance it out with an equal breath from the heart center. Be in harmony. Be with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And be ready to step out into the world decluttered. All you need is your love and your grace and your ability to share. We will finish off with the Divine Direction cards and see what actually comes about here. Oh, a little bit more. Not quite opening up, and then, here we are. So they're taken from the top. And they've actually said they want 5 chosen, so we will do the 5. Starting with trust. Trust in your intuition. in what you are feeling, sensing, seeing, or experiencing. And again, I say this is an area to connect and trust that your inner child will give you the feeling. For those of you who say that you do not see or hear, you can feel from your heart center what your inner child is telling you. Do you feel good or not good? If it's not good, then it's clutter, it needs to go, it's of the old order. If it feels good, then you are opening and communicating and sharing yourself. Trust. And we take the next one. And we have decide. It's time for you to make a decision. Call upon your spirit. It says spirit guides, but I would say call upon your soul spirit for help. Guides implies that you are stepping outside and giving your power away, but your spirit is your soul spirit, which has a direct link to source, the collective osmosis of source. So we will, for this reading, we will say call upon your spirit for help. Your spirit is your unseen part of your soul. And as we come to the end of the weekend, towards the end of the energies will change as we have the Venus morning star. And it is time, as you step out, to ensure that you have done all your work. There's no more time left in the decluttering. You are ready, even if you don't feel that you are ready, to make a decision. And before you step forward and through your portal with the keystone, the 13th point in place, only then will you be able to fully make the decision confidently before you step through. This is not the time to rush through. This is time to pause, to cherish yourself, ready to emerge into grace. And we will put that one there. And we will take the next one, which is clearing. Remove energy blockages by clearing out unwanted emotional or material clutter. Now this is really emphasizing the simplifying of your life, clearing out, and also the getting rid of anything that will stop you from going through your portal, your doorway, your gateway. By renewing your life, you have actually decided that you are now putting the 13th keystone in place. And you will be in a far better position to be able to trust that when you step out and in your communicating freely with your fellow travellers, that you will be guided into the right place as to who you are. I'm going to put that one next to that one because I feel as though they work well there. And this one is affirm. Create your own affirmations. Think of words or phrases that inspire you and write them down. Although I am not a full believer in the affirmations that have been given by other gurus and other directions, by creating your own, you are in communication with your soul. And through your thoughts, through your communication with your soul, you will feel the necessary need to write something down. It may just be a single word, It doesn't matter, or even a little sketch, a thumbnail, whatever. It is your soul connecting directly with you to affirm that you are emerging into grace through love. It is powerful. It is your affirmation, not to be shared for others to follow blindly, but for you to have the affirmation between you and your soul that you know that you are ready to take on board the exceeding of expectations. I'm going to leave that one there with you. And these are quite powerful readings. And they're saying to simply to close out and to say, have a fantastic weekend, and may your heart star shine brightly until we speak again.